obvious reasons, but the opposition really is going to be so tough. I'm delighted to be here, to be even sat at this stage. A couple of changes, one obviously forced for
in a game where they didn't particularly impress. They did take the lead through Pedro Neto, just like they did in Atlanta against LAFC in their first group game, and tonight they need to keep cool heads as the heat beats down. It's always sunny in Philadelphia, just not always 100 degrees Fahrenheit. It's the hottest day in Philly for 31 years. Who can take the heat as a round of 16 tie with Benfica awaits the winner of this one? Can Chelsea tame the team they call the Beast of Africa? The Beast of North Yorkshire is alongside me today, Michael Brown.
Yeah, thanks for that introduction, but now Chelsea, as expected, moving the ball, circulating, looking for control. Espérance are not going to move. They're going to press where possible at certain points, and maybe the goalkeeper's got it and they could be higher. This is going to be a familiar start to the game. Just probe, move it, come off the line and just see if they can find a breakthrough. I think the tempo, the energy levels, the passing sort of speed is going to be important.
Already it's not exactly 1-2 touch football, as there's a confident bit of play early doors shown by young Josh Achimpong, and that's what they need a little bit of in this Chelsea 11, someone to put the foot down and take authority, because they didn't really have anyone who did that. Dewsbury Hall with the corner for Chelsea, and as the short options go into the box to loop in one, there's a header there towards the back post, and I tell you what, Delap might have got on the end of that, got his head on it, and I think the tight marking maybe did just enough. Here's Liam Delap, he's on his own against 4 Espérance. Midfield has come defenders. Asks for a free kick, but I think he was just outnumbered. Stunt Chelsea a little bit in terms of their attacking width?
I don't think so, because you try to create a 1v1, so you take one of the players away. Gusto goes inside, and that passing lane that Fernandez has just dropped, he can get turned to a good area. Madueke can drop down off the line also. That's where you're just pulling him a little bit, and then it's the next pass in between full-back and centre-back. That's what you're looking for, those little gaps, those areas for one of your 10s to get in.
Here's Madueke. Nkunku, it's very tight. But here's Liam Delap. Can he find space? Yes, he can. He gets his shot away. First attempt on target of the game. 14 minutes played. Ben Said.
Great power. You know, once you push it into the position, you know he's still got range. He has the confidence. It wasn't a bad outcome.
Oh, that's not a good header at all. As the volley comes in from range, well, it just kind of sat up nicely on the edge of the penalty area.
We're going to a back five wherever possible, communicating.
Madueke's in behind here, brings it down on the edge of the penalty area, not the best of clearances. But Yashil will get a shot away, and that will ricochet off Anuche Ugbelu. Yashil to take that on from that distance.
Yeah, I don't think many did. It looked ambitious.
It is something different. It's taken short. Achimpong trying to get a shot away. He does! And there's Delap on the rebound, but he can't finish. Brilliant defending. Said he didn't expect that to come through the crowd, I don't think, after Achimpong took the shot. Delap miles offside, but how about that for defending by Espérance to recover last minute?
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it?
Ben Hamida.
Yeah, just a touch.
And now the counter's on. Fernandez. Madueke fancies it. Still has it. Noni Madueke into space. Enzo Fernandez on the volley. Good hit, but always going wide.
Yeah, really well. Ugbelu thinking, please, can I get the ball back? When you're in the midfield, when you give the ball in the middle of the park away, you've got to recover, you've got to run back.
Holds off Anuche Ugbelu. Very rarely loses the ball, does Romeo Lavia. Chelsea with a free kick. Josh Achimpong been very impressed in this first half by young Josh Achimpong. He's progressed, and he's progressed more than any other defender for Chelsea in this first half, and his reward is a free kick.
So you must look as a youngster and you go, right, we've got Augusto, we've got Reece James. Again, how can I get minutes at times? So we really want to show himself, to get a good feel. You've just got to take these opportunities as a young player, have the confidence, take a little bit of a chance, join in, go forward, and that's the type of run there.
When Maresca came in at the start of last season, he didn't think he knew who he was, and he introduced himself to the manager as, "Hi, I'm Josh." He had no idea that Maresca knew who he was. Certainly did. Free kick for Chelsea. Enzo Fernandez to take it. Too far out to shoot, so he floats it into the back post. There's a header by Tosin! Free header for the big Chelsea centre-back. And in the 3rd minute of injury time, Tosin Adarabioyo rises highest to give Chelsea the lead here in Philadelphia. They've had plenty of set pieces, none they've taken, and now they have.
Well, they've worked it, they've had chances to put good deliveries. The manager was not pleased and saying not happy with certain things in the decision. But when we get a look, Tosin just goes to go back into the shape and then drifts. The timing's good, rises. It's a comfortable header back from where it's coming from, down into the ground. You taught that as a youngster. He's got his eyes on it, watches it all the way. Goalkeeper no chance, and just drifts into the fight.
Espérance defenders running into each other. Two-guy tries to recover. It's a big tackle. Got the ball. Delap. Great strength by Liam Delap. Great footwork. Great finish, Liam Delap. The new boys arrived at Chelsea. Well, he's hardly seen a change in the weather, and here he is. The young forward scoring at the Club World Cup for Chelsea. And it's 2 goals in injury time, which means Chelsea lead 2-0 against Espérance here in Group D.
It's a great moment for Delap. It's a great quality finish. The one before, just as it comes forward, just glances his header inside. It was really good. He keeps it alive, but he doesn't stop. He waits, and then the ball.
Dewsbury Hall sees the running behind of Delap. Dewsbury Hall will get it back. Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. Enzo Fernandez! You can see the spot he was aiming for. Might have changed his mind here, the referee. He has. And let's see if he was right. I'm not sure if there was a touch. Maybe. Yeah. Enzo Fernandez steps up to take this corner kick. Fernandez with the corner to the knee, towards the near post. Dealt with. Gusto clears his lines. Space out on the left-hand side here for Chelsea. Madueke cuts it back. Christopher Nkunku on the left foot. Strikes the back stanchion. Plenty of power in it from Christopher Nkunku.
Good play, build-up, good play. As the ball cuts back, touch is good. It's got to do much better. It's wild. The pass, the weight of it, Dewsbury Hall's got to be better in the path.
Tyreek George turns on the tricky feet, lays it back as the shot comes in and deflects wide. In fact, it's not a corner, it's a penalty. Andre Santos with the strike, and the strike hit the hand of an Espérance defender, and that is Yassine Meria ongoing. Oh, and the referee's been told to come and have a look at the monitor. Big moment for Yael Falcon Perez. He was pretty adamant in his decision initially. Will he be as adamant after a check of the monitor down below us? A couple of Espérance supporters over his right shoulder might have something to say about it. Well, it's a good, 10 yards away from the strike, and it does hit his hand, and it swings it around his back, so obviously hits his hand.
But you see the line of sight for the defender. If you look as he plays the ball, the line of sight, does he get to see it? Just having a little look now. His hand's behind his back. It's not out from the side too much, and that's why they're having an extra look.
Well, let's have a listen.
After on-field review, there is not a punishable handball. This is natural position. The final decision is drop ball for the goalkeeper. No.
Well, it's a drop ball for the goalkeeper. No penalty for Chelsea.
Espérance is saying, can we play 7 more minutes?
Here's Achampong. He's on the floor, and Ogbalu is in the book. Late tackle on the young defender, who has impressed me for Chelsea this evening, I've got to say.
looked in his stride there. There isn't a great deal. It's a slide across. As the referee's angle, do we change it? Do we see anything? He'll just see as that sweep of cleaning out your opponent as he's getting into an advanced area of the pitch.
Well, the Nigeria national team coaches were very impressed by his performance against LAFC. Inuchi Bellu, certainly one to watch next season, and for upcoming World Cup qualifiers as well. Incidentally, there has been goals in the game between LAFC and Flamengo. LAFC took the lead through Dennis Buonga. Only a couple of minutes later, the Brazilian side equalised through the man who scored the third goal against Chelsea, Wallace Yan. Not the most Brazilian of names. Rather Scottish element to the young Brazilian. But Enzo looks like he's getting his results and getting his progression to the next round.
When you look at the day, want to make changes. Well, they're under a little bit of pressure. They hadn't won the group. And then they were looking like they were going to be facing Bayern Munich. That changes for them. All of a sudden, the tournament forecast, I know things don't always go what you think, but it looks so much better than it did when we were here watching the last one, as they all get a nice cooling.
Seem rather happy with that. Pedro Neto, not so sad to be a substitute all of a sudden.
Is that the hottest seat in the stadium at this moment in time?
Might well be. It's not quite 100 degrees Fahrenheit anymore, but it certainly was when I was taking a little tourist stroll. We'll get our Philly cheesesteaks tomorrow. Here come Chelsea looking for another. Mark Yu, can they get a third to put a seal on this game in Philadelphia? Yu, Masugo, and Kunku tries to do something a little bit too fancy. Achimpong, George, low drive, saved by Ben Said. The angle was against the Chelsea man, but he tried it anyway and load in.
He just approaches slow. I think that's what I wasn't sure about. Nice strike, actually. The goalkeeper was never beaten. It's too straight. Had to go into that.
It's Achimpong, edge of the box. There's the shot, and the save will spin up and in for three. The shot from range against LAFC was Bashir Ben Said, and here at the end he concedes a cruel third, but ultimately it's a goal that Chelsea deserve because they've been so on top.